what I want to do is I want to show you how to assess this box. What you need to look for when you go in the box. There's a lot of bees coming and going. I put a virgin queen in here I wrote it down on the lid. Virgin queen, I put a virgin queen in here on 417. I went back and I checked to see if she made it, you know, the breeding cycle and coming back and laying, and there was a queen on 511. Here it is, 6/9, June 9th. I haven't been in this box since 511, and I'm pretty sure that this box is probably full and ready for a big box. So let's take a look. First thing you want to do is look at the lid, make sure the queen's not walking around. Chances are she's not, but it is possible. I've seen many queens just walking around on the lid as soon as I take it off. And I'll just lay that in the front. I haven't smoked the bees. You can tell they're pretty agile, pretty temperamental. You can tell as soon as you lift that lid up if they're going to come at you or not. I do have smoke if I need it, but I normally don't use smoke unless I have to. I hardly ever wear a mask or gloves or suit or anything like that unless I need to. Very rare that I do. Very rare. So let's see what she looks like. Full of bees, and there's the queen. When I pulled it out, I saw her tail in the hole, so she's already laying in it. You see her right there, walking around? Right there. So I know I got a queen. So that part of the job is done. So I really, when I go through the rest of the box, I'm just looking for queen cells. Any peanuts, dry cells, cells that have been started with nothing in it, no royal jelly or anything like that. I'm going to set this over here because I know that it's going to need a big box. So she won't go anywhere. She'll stay right there. We'll go to the next one and take a look. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this box right here and I'm going to set it down right here. And then I'm going to take these sticks right here, just regular 1x2. Equal it out at the bottom, like that. And I'm going to take the new box. This is the box that I had showed you how I cut the hole in it. It's the same box, I just painted it. No gap at the bottom. Don't want no space. Bees do not like space. Just like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this hot frame right here. I'm just going to glass it real quick and make sure she's still on it, but she normally doesn't go anywhere, and there she is right there. So I'm going to put her right in the middle. Just like that. And then I'm going to take some frames that I had the bees rob out from an older box. Wasn't doing very well, so I took it out, put it in front of the yard, and let the bees rob it. That was just maybe a couple hours ago. What I would recommend is, if it's been cleaned out by other bees and it is still good, no cobwebs in or anything like that, this is bleach water. and I'll spray it down just like that, bleach water. I put 3 capfuls of bleach in plain old straight water in a squirt bottle. Just like that. And I will lay this right next to her. And then I will take one more just like it, exactly like it, from the same box. Spray her down. You ain't got to soak it down, just give it a good spray. And I'll put it down over here. And I'm going to take me another frame out of this box. There's a lot of bees in this nook. You see all the bees? A lot of bees waiting to get in. So I just glass it real quick. The pattern is awesome. I don't see any peanuts, nothing like that, so that's good. Go to the next one. This one is pretty good too. No peanuts, and she has laid in this one. You see this right here? The glue, wax and glue and stuff like that. I'll take my hive knife and I'll scrape it right back down to the wood, top and bottom, both sides. Man, there's a lot of bees in this box. Top and bottom. Because when you do that, you can lay it nice and flat up against the other piece of frame, the other frame, so they're tight together. You don't want no space. Remember, bees don't like space. So I'll do that. So now I got bees, new frame, bees, new frame, bees. So remember what I was telling you about? You got to paint a real thin layer, and I take the layer, the paintbrush, and I'll just barely touch this frame. Barely touch it like that with beeswax, both sides. And don't forget, when you boil beeswax, put some Honeybee Healthy in it. I call it Honeybee Healthy. I call that crack for bees. Bees love it. They go crazy. They want to pull this out really quick. She'll probably actually have this mostly drawn out, maybe not all the way, but enough for her to lay it in a week. I'll put one on each side, just like that. You want to make sure your frame is square. Sometimes it'll get twisted, but you can look right down this edge right here and line it up with this edge. And if it looks nice and straight like that, you're fine. But if it's twisted, twist the frame and then look down it again and make sure it's nice and square. I'll take another frame out of this box, and there's a lot of bees in this box. All brood. And we have one peanut. And I'll show you what a peanut looks like. This is what I call a peanut. You see that peanut? I just looked in it. There's nothing in it. It's dry. Yeah, I wouldn't even call that a queen cell. I call that practicing. You see any sticky propolis up on the bottom or the sides, I'll scrape it off. Same as on this edge, I'll scrape that propolis off on both sides. Get it nice and clean. And I'll take my hive tool and maybe scrape some beeswax off the top. Just clean it up. Remember, if mama's happy, the box is happy. If you got a clean box, then mama's happy for sure. And here's 2 peanuts right here. 2 peanuts. I'll just scrape them off. There's nothing in them. They're just practicing. They're thinking about swarming. Probably if I would have left them in that box another month or so, probably so, they probably would have had a queen cell or two in here for me. So I'll put this on one side. And remember, it's full of brood. And I will take this next one. The last one out of this box, and a lot of bees. All brood. It's about 50-50, maybe 60-40. If you really want to look for queen cells, which I am, and if there was having to be a lot of bees on here where you can't see, just touch it like this. Just barely touch the top of them. You ain't got to push them or squish them. Just let them know you're there. I usually don't like blowing on the bees. I mean, I've gotten stung by blowing, but this is just so much easier and faster. But yeah, this is a good nook. Look at that side, full of brood. Very little food, and you can't get much better than that. I have showed you some where there was no food. That's probably about the best you could do. But this is a healthy box, and I'll put it right here. Being that there's a lot of food on one side, you see that? A lot of food right here. You see how thick that is? I'm going to put it to the outside, because I will be able to keep that up against the wall if I wanted to, and the bees will go back and fix it and make room. So that fits much better right there. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. One more frame to go. So I'm going to slide that heavy side of food, I'm going to slide it up against the wall. I'm not quite going to touch the wall, but I'm going to give them enough space to know they need to get in there and make it a little thinner. And they will. They'll make space so they can get in there. I'll take the last frame just like this, and I will slide it right here on the outside. And I'll take my hive tool and I'll make sure that all those frames are tight and equal space. Even if there's food here, even if you squish a bee or two or squish some honey, I want the space to be equal. You can probably hear my dogs in the background. But anyways, so we got empty frame, bees, empty frame, bees, empty frame, bees, empty frame, bees, empty frame, bees. Within 2 weeks or so, 3 weeks, she'll go in and they'll pull out all that new foundation. She'll have just about every frame. If it's a good queen, she'll have every frame in here drawn out. And then you could go to the next step, which I will show you in another video. So this is what I do with all the extra bees. And you can see there's a lot of bees in here. A lot of bees. So what I'll do is I'll give it a good bump on the ground, like this right here. See them bees? And I'll pour them on top, just like that. Maybe give it another shake, and put them back on top. And I'll just beat this on the ground. Boom. They're gone. I'll lay it out front, just like that. What I like to do, I got a little sprayer here. You can get it pretty much anywhere. Very inexpensive. This particular one, I can actually take every little piece apart and clean it if I want to. But what I do is I put about an inch or so of water, and I put fumigel in here, a quarter teaspoon with this much water, and I'll shake it up, and I'll add the rest with corn syrup. Give them 2 to 3 ounces on a good heavy box. I just usually just spray like this, just enough to get the top frames wet. This will clean their digestive system out and help prevent foul brood. Bees love it. And I'll get my lid. and I will slide it on top. Just like that. Boom. You're done. What I like to do is I do have a wire bottom on this box, but I also like to have the top ventilated too. See the hole? You can actually take a feeder jar. Pretty much any quart size will just fit right over the hole, just like that. My jars don't blow off. I'll put corn syrup in and I'll fill them right up to the top. This has got a plastic lid. This is exactly a half a gallon, and I'll put one small hole in here, the drill hole. I drill it, I lay it on top, and it's done. That's when I want to feed. But because I like ventilation, I'll take a piece of wire, and just a little piece of wire like this, and I'll staple it on. And I'll take this right here, and I will staple it on here just like this, cover the hole, keep the rain out of it. And it'll stay just like that. Bees can't come and go. Robbers can't get in there because of the wire. This keeps them nice and cool. The heat rises and rain doesn't get in it. And that is that. And then what I like to do is I like to use a marker. Depends on what color your lid is. Regular marker will work. This happens to be just a regular Hansen marker. But that's actually pink. Today's date I saw a queen, so I put a Q. Today's date is 6/9, and I check, because when I look at the lid it tells me I need to check it, and we will check it on around 6:30. If she has got those all filled out, then I will make another video and I'll show you what I do. Alright, well, good luck. And if you got any questions, hit me up. I'll make a video and I'll show you or tell you exactly what I can do to help you out. Alright, we'll see you next time.